Welcome to podcast season 4, episode 7.
And what are we talking about today?
We are talking about the monogamy hangover.
Okay, so what does that mean to you?
So a monogamy hangover means that we're just so conditioned for most of our lives to believe in monogamy. And then all of a sudden we're exploring this non-monogamous world. And so it's like, do like traits and I don't know, things of non-monogamy come back where you like feel guilty about non-monogamy or things like that. So just talking about like you're so conditioned in life and society to be monogamous, and now all of a sudden we're like exploring this world that can be a little bit like taboo and frowned upon. And has that caused any like how do you still feel about non-monogamy? Thank you for checking out the Impulsive Duo podcast. Remember, our content is for 18 and over. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button.
I enjoy it. I mean, I don't ever, like, I don't know. It doesn't register with me as it's like non-monogamy. It doesn't, I look at it as it's like still monogamous, I guess you could say. And like, yeah, we do go have sex with other people together. But, like, I go home with you. It's not like I'm dating other people or anything.
I forget that we're not monogamous. Like, when people, I just, like, forget that it's weird and not normal.
Yeah.
But also, like, I feel like kind of, I don't know, I go through phases, which I think that's, like, obvious. Like, I go through phases where I'm, like, into non-monogamy, or I'm kind of just, like, could leave it, or take it or leave it.
Same here.
And I'm kind of in a take it or leave it type of phase right now. Like, I'm actually, like, perfectly content with monogamy. Like, I like women, and so for me, I'm like, yeah, of course, there's, like, you know, if there's a cute girl and things like that, but I'm not really making much of an effort. And I don't know, I just kind of get in the vibe. I mean, I'm a mom, and like, you know, I have a house and we have a business and everything, and we just fall in that like monogamous routine. But it's just not at the top of my priority list.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of comes and goes. I think a lot of it actually deals with not even like non-monogamy or monogamy. I think a lot of it just deals with how we feel.
Oh, yeah.
This is the weird time of year. I've noticed every year, this time of year, we
shift away from
We're away from it.
We really do in the fall. I think we start to kind of like, it starts to get colder. Like, you're not feeling as like sexy and tan. When we get away from like, we don't really have too many parties, like, I mean, holiday, you know, things, but
you also don't want to dress sexy and like run out to the car to try and get into a car while it's snowing or it's rainy or it's windy out.
And I personally think we tone it down a lot. It's almost like this time of year, and then maybe January sometimes, I think, because like the hype of the holiday is over.
Yeah, and we kind of get bored too.
Yeah.
And that's when it's kind of like, hey, what are we going to do for fun?
Yeah, maybe it becomes kind of like a hobby. But I don't know. There are times that I feel a little bit, and I don't think I feel a little bit guilty with non-monogamy as far as with you. Like that I'm really doing anything wrong, and I think it's just because we've been doing it most of our relationship, and we have such a solid foundation that it doesn't really cause any issues between you and I.
Right.
Like, I would choose you over any like play situation. So for me, but it does almost feel like, I don't know, maybe because I'm so public about it, like society, I'm just like, I'm known as a swinger now.
You are.
Yeah. And I think for me, and not that I care.
Yeah.
And I'm not really trying to like, but it also, I feel like, inhibits, I don't know, just more of the vanilla world for me, and like making those connections. And even like here, we're at the studio and I'm trying to like, oh, I'm going to have like, you know, if I end up doing my craft parties again, like I used to do, I got to be careful what is talked about or seen, you know. And then I'm also starting a new kind of project, and it's podcasting and some things that are on, and it has nothing to do with swinging or non-monogamy.
And it's hard sometimes to remember that people just don't do this.
Yes, and so I have to be careful that I want to shift this content for the general population, vanilla content, and I want to do, you know, my new project that I'm doing is for women over 40, and kind of like this midlife
crisis.
No, I'm not having a crisis. It's not a crisis. It's just a shift.
It's a shift. It is a shift.
My therapist calls it a shift. And so I'm just kind of doing that project, but I'm like, I think because I'm so well known as in the lifestyle, so only part of me is kind of like, not that I've been non-monogamous, but maybe like being public about it, I have a little bit of like, regret wouldn't be the word, but I guess the hangover.
If you could do it all again, would you be a public swinger?
I don't. Do you like my hesitation?
I do like your hesitation.
I didn't even know what I got, but I was like, I realized I'm on a podcast, so I can't hesitate too long. So people will be like, they still there?
And no, you can hesitate as long as you want. You'll play the Jeopardy music. If you could do this all again, and we were in Oregon. Well, this is the thing. We were in Oregon. We're talking about this, like, hey, maybe we should like do some like cute couple content of sharing about the swinger.
No, we already were because we did a couple of unicorn
Okay, so before that, then even when we were in Vegas or whatever, when we first started, would you do it again, being public about being a swinger?
I would do it differently.
How?
I think that I was influenced by other social media influencers. Shocking, I know. I think that I was influenced by the way that they were doing it, and it was very kind of like sexual and like a look at me type of thing, and promoting OnlyFans, and then we were doing OnlyFans, and we thought that we were like, oh, we want to be like everyone else. And then I quickly, not quickly, but after a little while, I realized it wasn't me. It didn't feel right doing it that way. Not that non-monogamy doesn't feel right. That absolutely. But I think even the way that I kind of have shifted a lot of my content personally about more like just being bi and open and women, empowerment and exploring that. I think for me, that resonates more with me. And I definitely would have kept my distance. I would have been more careful and kept my distance about people we worked with and things we got involved with.
Right.
I see how actual toxic the side of the business world, but that's also like a live and learn.
But I also think that's the same case. I think everything out there, unfortunately, there's a toxic side to it when it comes to social media, and so that's where it's
social
like.
Media is so toxic.
But this is just that unique, taking even away that toxic side. It's a whole different thing to be very public about, like, hey, I'm a DIYer, or hey, I do art and I'm showing you my art, versus, hi, my name's Candace and I'm a swinger and this is what me and my husband just did. You know what I mean? Like, do you think that kind of like affects you at all?
Yeah, no, I do, and I think like I have said, it like has hindered me a little bit. I feel like and not that any of my vanilla friends care, and I haven't lost any vanilla friends, but it's definitely put me in a different place than a lot of people, and I don't connect with like, I don't know, like I get invited to like the neighborhood like book club, and it's like all moms, and they're all like, and I just like, I have nothing in common with these people, because I mean, I'm a mom, but my kids are older now too. But I'm just like, I almost feel like it's made me a little bit of an outsider in some aspects.
I think you're right, and I think that's the most monogamous hangover side that I'm very lucky. I mean, I don't have a ton of friends, but the friends I do have are either they're not in this lifestyle, but they're like totally cool about talking with it.
And so am I.
But even then, it's like my circle is so small that like I could talk to this lifestyle about everybody. The hard part is when we're around people who are not, and it's like, what do I talk to them about? Like, how do I connect with you now?
Yeah.
Oh crap. How was the game yesterday or
like
whatever?
People, like if somebody was like a monogamous couple wanted to go out. I mean, I could be monogamous and be vanilla. I think that it's just kind of put us in this different place, especially being public. But I also think that we don't get invited to as many vanilla things. Not because people think we're going to be inappropriate. we can not be. But yeah.
You mean we don't do everybody we're around?
No, I'm not like that. I'm just saying like even what we talk about. But
right.
I don't know. I guess just that part of it has been a little bit. And I think that also has to do with kind of where we live. We've always joked like maybe if we lived in like
a bigger city.
Florida or Arizona or like a bigger city, like it would be a little bit more, like we'd have a little bit better of it. Better, I don't think better would be the word, like different of a community. We just don't really fit in with the lifestyle community here. But then like also I give off like a very conservative mom vibe in my everyday life and like work at my kids' school and like,
right.
That's my real life. And so then all of a sudden it's like, this is the biggest issue for me, I think, is that I live two separate lives.
Okay.
And I would talk about that a lot in like therapy and stuff too, and how I live two completely separate lives. So that's kind of why I'm starting this new project, because I need to have an outlet on the other side.
Right. Do you feel you need that other side, though, to reconnect with that other side and to have that other side fully in your life?
Yeah. I think I'm trying to shift a little bit of who I am away from non-monogamy.
Why?
Because it's not all I want to be known for. Like, I think I'm a lot more than a swinger on the internet. I mean, really, I really do. I think that I have a lot more to offer people and myself, and it's just not, and it has nothing to actually do with that I'm not okay with non-monogamy. It's the public side of non-monogamy.
But I think it's also like the part that I hate the most, that I have trouble tied with, is how much of this is around like OnlyFans, and it's around sex. It has to be, it
weird.
is, but like on this side of it, when it comes to like social media side, it's like it has to be dirty and it has to be, check out all these people I just did last week.
And making all this content with all the
And it's not about like we didn't get into swinging because we wanted to do OnlyFans. We did OnlyFans because it was like, hey,
everyone else is doing it,
and it's kind of it makes, but it also kind of makes sense even when you're kind of new because you're like. Let's face it, it's an easy way when you're brand new. You don't know how to approach couples. You don't know how to approach other people. So what's an easy way to play with others? Hey, you guys want to make some content?
Yeah. Well, and then you find out you can make a little money from
Yeah.
it. And, social media doesn't pay super well, especially in the beginning. And I was starting Unicorn Landing. And so we were trying to fund that.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, it was, I think I just thought that it was what I was supposed to do. And I just quickly learned that it wasn't for me. And no shade to people that do. I still have an OnlyFans account that is open. I'm not dissing OnlyFans content creators.
No, I know you're not. This isn't about other people. This is you.
Yeah, I'm talking about, for me personally. But I'm also talking about, like, I just don't believe that the lifestyle that should be, like, so heavily combined. Like, so, like, I scroll social media and I see a lot of influencers or people talking about non-monogamy. And it's just, like, purely, like about that and like selling this stuff and that's all they're trying to do and like the way they're dressing and all of that. And I was like, that's just, there's also another side, which I think we've done a pretty good job of being the little more like conservative side of the lifestyle.
Yeah, and I mean, what you mean by even like conservative is just like the dress and what you talk about and how you communicate and and how you communicate with others and that realness side of it of actually like having a friendship and a relationship and like you don't have to do all your friends.
Yeah, and I think for us it's been just really important to show that there's not, swingers are not just swingers. Like we're normal everyday people that have like a life outside of that. And so I think that's been like kind of where I've struggled a little bit with being so consumed, but it's also hard because I'm like, okay, I could quit. We could quit social media, and do something else. But that's what we're known for now. So it's hard to shift. And I have a business that I own. Like I run Unicorn Landing. And so it's like, I still have to like, and I love that side of it.
Right.
And so I still have to maintain like this, like, persona of being,
No, and I think it's also it's one where it's you want to have friends and you want to have this life outside this lifestyle. Like you want to have like the part that I miss of the monogamous side is also the having just friends where it's not like required to fuck each other.
Yeah, 100%.
And I want to hang out with another guy, and it's not about how he wants to fuck you, or how he wants to watch me fuck his wife, or whatever it is. I want to just go out and have fun, man, and let's like go ride go-karts or whatever.
Yeah,
or hang out, and it's nothing about that.
Yeah, like we went to even a football game with your good friend and his wife, and they've dabbled a little but they're bit. Like, no, it's not like that with them. It's like Eric's best friend. And so which is nice because we can still talk a little bit about the lifestyle and like be a little bit. Like,
we can be authentically ourselves.
Yeah, we don't have to hide it, but it's also not like that is not like on the table. Like it's not
when it's not on the table, it's like that different friendship.
And we get to talk about kids and life and jobs and just so much more like every day. And I think I do miss those kind of relationships because a lot of times like we'll go do something fun with people. Go out, go to an event, whatever, but there's always that like little bit of undertone that I think just gets a little exhausting. I mean, we've been doing this for 4.5 years.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't want to fuck everybody. Like, I also want like a life.
And I just want to,
finding that balance has been a little bit.
It is because my biggest thing too is it's like because you come from a monogamous lifestyle where there is no requirements to sleep with other people, and in this lifestyle it's just so weird. The part that still I have trouble comprehending because you and I have these conversations even is when we are going to hang out with the friends that are in this lifestyle, and we have one set of friends that this has never been an issue with that we've played with before, but we've had a lot of people though who we have played with once, and then we're going to go hang again, and then it's. After like that second or third time now, all of a sudden hanging again and not playing, you and I are like, are we supposed to do them again? Or, do we put playing back out on the table because we've hung out a couple times? Is it like, there's this weird pressure. Yeah, there's this weird pressure about it. And people always, I think, kind of say, oh, there isn't this pressure, but there is.
Yeah. No, there is always underlying. Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, it is a little bit of pressure that like, I want to go out and I want to do things without that having to always be on the table. And I don't want to always have to feel like I have to be sexy and on and talking about sex and this and that, because I'm not like a very sexual person. I mean, to be honest.
No, you're not.
I don't know if a lot of people know that about me, but like I like sex and I like women and like, and I like the.
What do you like, babe? Tell me what you like.
I like the attention.
Oh, you're an attention woman. Oh, that's a good girl.
I'm an attention slut.
Oh, yes. Yes, you are. Okay.
I'm
yeah,
an
but
attention
no.
Slut.
But yeah.
I just want the attention. And so for me, it's like, yeah, this doesn't always have to be about, the sex. But on the flip side, I was just thinking about this. I hang out with friends who are curious about the lifestyle and things, but have never done anything.
Right.
Are you a female, 18 and over, interested in the lifestyle? Check out Unicorn Landing at unicornlanding.com or in your favorite app store today. And they're totally monogamous and always have been and have been together since they were younger or whatever. And I'm just like, oh, really?
But it's also...
There's a flip side!
But it's also really weird when it's like, what's...
Like, I don't know what that's like.
When
how boring. Like,
when it's on the table though, and it's something that you can do, it almost like takes away that like mystery.
Yeah.
Mystery, you know what I mean?
Well, and I think when you're new in the lifestyle, you
Yeah.
get like obviously a lot more of a high, and you're like, oh, I want to do this, do this. And like we've lived out a lot of fantasies together, and it's kind of one of those things where it's like it hasn't. And I love people like, oh, it could destroy your relationship, whatever. And it has definitely not destroyed our relationship. If anything, it's made us like.
More vanilla. No, I'm joking.
No, I was gonna say that. I'm like more content being monogamous most of the time. And I'll get a wild hair. Like actually the other day, I don't remember what we were doing. Oh, we're going to San Francisco. And I did look up some clubs. I was like, and you had made some comments about
what?
Watching me.
Do what?
I don't know, Eric. You're the one that...
Crazy.
I don't know what you're comfortable with me.
You perv.
I don't know what you're comfortable with me saying.
What am I... This is our podcast.
I know that. It's your fantasies or things that you have said. That is not my... That's for you to share.
Oh.
If there's something that you're like, a kink that you've kind of had in your head.
I don't know. I my kinks, I think, they all go through. Sometimes I like seeing you with another guy, and then sometimes I don't like seeing you with another guy. And sometimes
not like it. You just,
no,
it's not like a kink.
But it's not like a
okay.
kink. And the thing that I've started to realize even too is it depends on how mentally overloaded I am. That is the one nice thing I actually like about this lifestyle way more than being monogamous. Is that the fact of like it's allowed me to really realize like where has my head went and why am I desensitized to my life right now and how do I reconnect and
we should do a podcast on that. That's a good topic.
No, it really is
Desensitization.
No, I think it is because I think that's the thing that I don't think people realize. I think we're better about it, but you kind of go through these phases where like for a week this is going to be really hot and we got to do this, and then all of a sudden like the next week that's not maybe what's on your mind and you want something else.
Yeah.
But
actually, when we were at the concert, I forgot to tell you this. There was this guy. He kept going to the bar, like on the other side, but he was directly in my eyesight. And he went to the bar. I'm not joking. While we were there, what 45 minutes? Yeah. I'm not joking. He went to the bar like 6 times. And
really?
He was staring at us. I was like, he either knows who we are, or he's like just stare. Like every time I looked over, he was wearing this black and white patch, and I meant to tell you, and he was like okay looking, but I was like, we've never done that, where like we're at a bar and I'm just like, you want me to go ask that guy if he wants like. You
want me to ask that guy if he wants a fuck?
No, but seriously, like I was like, I kind of got that in my head, and I was like, that part kind of like, because I will get on like kind of highs, and I'm like, but then the feeling was gone. It was briefly lived, but I don't know, like.
No, and that's the other thing too.
So
is
that like, part of it that I still, I guess I even struggle because I was like, do you want me to go like talk to that guy over there like he was looking at us? But I also like, I don't know. I guess we've never done that.
Yeah, no, we've never done that.
I didn't want to make it
either of them. Either side, we've never done it.
No, I know, and I didn't want to make it
like
like weird for you and be like, oh, you want to go talk to that guy?
What the? I would never be like that, but. No, I know, I get that. That's like...
Well, just because you've been on kind of that, like, you've had a little bit of kink lately.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
watching, and I was like, what if it was, like, spontaneous? Because, anyways, I said something else.
I think spontaneous is always, by far, no matter what in this lifestyle, kind of the best.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of where we're at, too. It's like, we've played out some fantasies, we've talked to couples, we've talked to newbies, we've gone on lots of dates.
We've played with a lot of people.
We've played with lots of people. And I'm just kind of like, I want that, like, And like I've gone into play situations. I haven't, and like
what?
I've had a handful of decent, but I've had a handful of not decent play situations.
You really have, and I think that's the part. I
want a little bit of like excitement with it,
right?
Where it's like hot.
Mm-hmm. No, and we have like we've talked about that. Where like I think I've gotten way more of the bigger benefit of the lifestyle.
I've been with my share of women.
You have, but like ultimately, I think all in all, and it's like.
But half the times I'm with their husbands then too.
Yeah, and
that sounds so bad. Anybody that I've been with or we have been with that was listening to this,
it's probably not you.
It's probably not you.
It's probably not you. The people probably don't listen to the podcast who it would be.
Yeah, because people that listen to our podcast don't know what I want. You have to listen to our podcast.
But yeah, no, it is. It's like, no, that spontaneous is good because then you and I are also, we're picky. And if it's spontaneous, I don't have the ability to nitpick.
No, I'm not as picky when it's spontaneous because I'm like, this is fucking hot. Let's just do it.
Yeah.
Even if in Las Vegas.
No, that was just completely hot, and there would have been a chance where even I
think if it would have been something we had to build up to, and we were talking to these people, like I don't think I would have given her. Yes, I wasn't super into him, and it's again, I really hate saying that because I don't want to offend anybody, but it's just more of like he was younger and like just not.
It's not your typical type.
Just wasn't my type who I would like seek out.
Right, and it's also it's not your type, and I don't think this is wrong to say, and I think anybody who listens to this knows. It's also not your type because all of a sudden, for whatever reason, you can't connect with them. You can't connect with everybody.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't. If we were in group chats with these people,
it'd be really hard.
Much in common, and I would have just been like, I don't know, like I don't really.
What do I talk to you about? Like we don't have the same hobbies, and nothing's lining up. But when it was just
so spontaneous,
it was super fucking hot.
That's like how I was turned on.
Yeah,
because it was just so like.
No, but it's also one of those that's spontaneous, and that to me is when you like. At least for me, I feel wanted the most by somebody else. Like when we're playing, and then all of a sudden, next thing I know, here's this girl like going, "I can't believe I'm fucking you right now," and I'm just like, "Oh my god, you wanted to fuck me? Like, oh, you think I'm cute? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
no, 100%. So that side of non-monogamy, I love. And I like, but I think
we're both attention whores too.
We're attention whores, but I think as far as like, just where we're at with like, I'm okay with monogamy, unless it's like spontaneous and hot and fun, and that like, but I don't have any like, I guess when it comes to this like, non-monogamy, like hangover, I don't have like regret or shame of any kind.
No, I don't either. And a lot of the one thing I don't think that people also realize too is like, eventually there is this whole side, this whole community all over the place about swingers. But also it doesn't really leave that swinger community though.
No, and we just live a very like monogamous life. Like we went to a concert, we go to our son's baseball meeting before that. I'm helping set up for his dance before that. Like I live a very monogamous, but I think, again, it's the two different worlds that can be kind of difficult. And so I guess I have a very monogamous side, but I don't, regret the non-monogamy or not like it. It just is society. It's just easier in society to be monogamous.
Yeah, really. and it's also not as exhausting to have to keep flip-flopping your brain.
Exhausting. Yeah, non-monogamy is exhausting.
Because you can't be real.
No, you can't be real, so you have to hide kind of a part of who you are sometimes. You are living a double life. You, even us being public, I still feel like I live a double life in my day-to-day, going, if I'm helping it, and I also feel like I don't tell people the truth sometimes when I meet them about what I do for a living. And it can be a little bit hard to live this double life. But,
so what are we doing when we go to San Francisco? Are we going to a club?
Well, we're not going to be there on a Saturday.
That is true.
Yeah. I was looking to see if there was a Sunday night party, but because it's the weekend after Halloween, there's going to be...
I didn't even think about that too. I was like, yeah, you're right.
So it would have to be on the 2nd, and I was like, sometimes there are big parties like that, but I was like, everyone's gonna be burnt out from Halloween.
Burnt out from driving.
You have to drive all day, and I even did look if there was any football games, and there is one Sunday morning, but
Yeah.
So no, we probably won't. I was maybe gonna do a little more research and see if there's like a Wednesday night party. It'll probably just be, that would be more like a chill meet and greet or Thursday type of thing.
I'm just excited to go to. I've never been to San Francisco.
Eric's never really spent time in San Francisco. I grew up in the Bay Area, but we're excited to go spend the week there. But sometimes we get a wild hair. Sometimes for me, when I travel, I'm like, I don't know, I'll get on apps maybe. Anybody in the San Francisco area wanna? Oh, this podcast probably won't be out then. Because I just released one today. Shit. Sorry, my bad. We went to San Francisco.
So San Francisco is great. We'll do a whole follow-up video how...
well, if we have some spicy fun in San Francisco, we'll follow up on it.
This is our first podcast, and like it feels like years that we've done where we're not in a car.
No, our last two ones were at home.
Oh, that is right. Oh my God, that is right.
But this feels real. Do you guys like our setup? You guys are listening right now, can't hear.
I feel more comfortable in here than I have anywhere else.
So you guys...
We should do it naked. Oh, we couldn't put it on YouTube then.
No. We could do it on OnlyFans.
We could. The naked podcast.
Okay. That would be a thing.
It would be a thing.
Maybe we could start to be...
We could actually do... Could you... Would anybody listen to a podcast while the couple doing the podcast was having sex? So I don't know. Fuck what I think. God, I lost my thought.
Yeah, no, I couldn't keep talking. Yeah, no, because then the whole time I'd be like...
Yeah. Oh, you'd be so. Like, yeah. No. That would be the. It would be the quiet podcast.
Yeah. I'd be like hiding myself the whole time, so I might as well just have clothes on. But yeah, we're in our new podcast studio in our new office space, so it is kind of nice.
No, it is kind of
real. Nice. We feel fancy. We have about 800 square foot office space now. We made a little podcast room that's soundproof. We used to do most of our podcasts in the car, so this is probably an upgrade. And it does feel nice because I feel like we could be. Oh, just like less echoey, and I can feel like I can.
I don't feel like I'm in a room, like a bedroom.
Yeah, and I feel like I can be very like I can just say what like no one's listening, no one's around.
You know, it's really weird. I feel like I can still be open up here more than I can at home, even when no one else is home but me and you. I still feel different.
No, it's just home. Yeah, there's something different about like filming at home. This feels a little bit more like we went to work and now we're filming and then we're gonna leave and like go to dinner. So yeah, I don't know. Anyways, so. Monogamy hangover after 4.5 years. There's maybe some things I would do different. Monogamy is easier than non-monogamy. It's exhausting, and I'm kind of at that phase where I just am exhausted, and I don't have a desire to really make much of an effort for non-monogamy. But when it happens, and I think it's fun and spontaneous. And like, yeah, we still will go to events that we have planned, or when we have a free weekend or whatever.
Oh, yeah, and it also becomes this whole point too of where our buckets kind of. Yeah, my bucket. You and I both end up looking at each other and we're like, it'd be fun to do this, and we're like, yeah, and then you get back on. You know, it's the phases that we go through.
If you listen to our podcast before this, you'll know that our bucket is currently full.
Yeah.
Because we had a lot of sex this summer.
Yeah.
And so. So I don't know, just kind of phases up and down. Still enjoy monogamy and non-monogamy.
You still enjoy having sex with just me?
I do. I think we kind of went through a phase where we weren't, because I had my hernia, I was hurt, and then I was sick, and then you were sick, and we kind of actually had some conversations about, we should do a podcast about that, desensitization, and how when you're in the lifestyle, you have all these experiences, you can talk about these things, which is great, and you're so fortunate to be able to share your fantasies and these things like while you're with your partner and all this stuff, but does it become just that? How is sex with just the two of you?
Well, how is it and stuff, and then also even like realizing that you're just kind of like desensitized a little bit at the moment, and then you start saying stuff and asking questions that maybe you're just saying it because you're trying to hit this kink in your head so that you can.
That's desensitization.
And you
have to like almost like one up it.
You're like chasing something almost. Yeah.
We could do some podcasts and some content about that and how I think it's true. I think it's 100% true. People be like, oh no. I still enjoy like vanilla sex all the time and it's fine. Like I would be totally fine. Like would you really go back to monogamy?
No.
Yeah.
But I also don't need to fuck somebody every weekend, you know? That's that balance.
Maybe if it was like, you can't ever fuck somebody ever again, and it was like, you were like forced into monogamy, I would be like, no, I can't do it. Yeah. But also, I don't need it. You know what I mean?
Right. Like, no, I know what you mean.
So, anyways, I think that would be a good topic. So, anyways.
Yeah, we can do that.
how is everybody else's lifestyle hangover, and how do they feel about once you cross that line? Like, how does monogamy feel now?
Pretty good, I guess.
All right. Looking for sex positive healthcare? Make sure to check out theimpulsiveduo.com and click on our affiliate link and check out Shameless Healthcare for all your sex positive healthcare needs.